dispatch you to Union Hill, your ambulance, NE2 ALS, Union Hill fire response. To the MVA, report of a vehicle on fire and a person trapped, Basket Road and Woodard Road. 10, okay, not sure if you copied for Union Hill, we start in rural metro, and I'll report to someone unconscious.
32 copies there, Warren Road.
Yeah, copy the chief on scene, we're starting Webster's Rescue.
C30 is in route.
So they're trying to get the mail out of the vehicle that's on fire.
Union Hill Command reporting the mail's been extricated from the vehicle. 132, copy.
What the hell are we supposed to do with all these flowers?
I'll take them.
You'll take them?
Yeah.
And do what with them?
I don't know. I'll plant them, I guess.
Plant them where, Audrey?
In my garden.
You don't have a garden. You live in an apartment.
It's a townhouse, and I do have a garden. I mean, I haven't planted anything in there yet, but I have a small yard with a space in the back for a garden.
So the plan is to take all these arrangements of your father's service and create a botanical garden?
Is that what you call a garden with a bunch of pretty flowers?
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Then yeah.
I have a better idea. Hey there, you. I'm sorry to bother you. Oh, what's your name?
Tony.
Well, hi, Tony. I'm Dawn. It's nice to meet you. I have a question for you.
Yeah, okay.
How many more arrangements do you have in your truck?
Like 10 more?
10 more? Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am. Something like that.
Listen, if I offer you like $200, would you just take them all and go dump them in the nearest dumpster?
Mom, no.
Donna, let Audrey have those flowers if she wants them.
Who the hell is talking to you, numbnuts? Shut up, Audrey. You're not in charge. I don't want the fucking flowers, Tony. Would just take them all.
All of them?
All of them.
Don't listen to her. Mom, why are you doing this?
Because all these flowers, they're gonna die, just like your father. Like every other shitty thing in this world. Then in a week, I'll be a widow with a house full of dead flowers.
Hey, Tony. I'll just take a break.
Hi. I'm putting together some pricing. Morty told me that you were looking to cremate. Is that correct?
Yes. Hell, half the job's done for you. You know how we
I
don't.
Honey, no. You don't have to go into it.
I mean, I'm sure you see a bunch of disgusting shit and all, but a burn victim? That's got to be the worst, right? I mean, can you imagine the pain that he must have felt?
I'm so sorry. I wish I knew what to say.
They're all charred and crispy and unrecognizable.
Donna, there is no need in going into all that detail.
No need? What, to talk about it? It's all I can do is talk about it.
I know.
We didn't even get them all back. She's still missing like a half a torso and a whole arm. You don't intend on charging me the full price, do you, since I'm only bringing you like less than a whole body?
Let me go talk to Morty.
Yes, darling, if I may.
He speaks. I was beginning to think that you were just some fucking mute.
No, I'm just weird. It's kind of a family thing. I guess you could say I'm more of a listener.
What do you hear when you listen?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
You are weird.
I'm a mortician. What do you want from me?
Can you give me a discount?
That was more of a rhetorical question. But remember, you aren't paying for a burial, which is typically the highest cost people incur. You'll be paying for the urn, a beautiful memorial service right here in our chapel, and the cost to cremate using our incinerator, all for much less than you'd pay for a burial.
Yeah, but still. I think I should get more for my money.
What did you have in mind?
Where is he?
Mom, enough. This isn't helping anything.
He's here,
Where?
downstairs.
In the basement?
I prefer work area, but yes, in the basement.
I want to see him.
Mom, no. Okay, but please tell her that you can't let her do that.
Okay.
Okay, what?
If she wants to see him, that's her choice, and we can't stop her.
You're not helping anything, Mom. I won't stand for this. Okay, you don't want to remember him like that. I'm telling you. I can't let you do this.
The fire crew. They said that the gas tank erupted. And then it was leaking gas. And it just caught fire and blew up. There has to be at least 30 seconds that he was aware of what was happening. He was alone.
Mom, just stop, okay? It's enough. I can't take any more of this. Uncle Cedric, please do something.
Donna, you gotta stop.
It's all I can think of.
I know. But he ain't hurting no more. However he died, it don't matter now, does it? He's not in pain where he's at, I promise. I promise. Pray with me, okay? Heavenly Father.
It's not that I don't believe in God. It's not. It's just that I believe in man's inherent ability to delude himself even more. Despite the obvious irony of the Undertaker who talks to the dead, I've never been all that superstitious. I know. How cliche. A mortician with a cynical worldview leading a faithless existence. But you would agree that man is pathologically arrogant as a species. Arrogant enough to be the highest form of intelligence on the planet, yet still flaunt his place at the top of the food chain. We are narcissistic beyond all measure. I mean, consider for one moment any other animal you know of so consumed by fear and denial that it creates an all-powerful alter ego of itself to worship, builds monuments to its grandeur, incites wars in its name, because deep down, everyone needs to believe in something. And every man believes that out there somewhere is a benevolent intelligence that knows we're here, a witness to the truth of our existence. A distant stranger watching our speck of dust pass before his eyes as we orbit into the sunlight. Experiences like this can crack the facade, create doubt where there was once devout belief, making her question the absolutes her life was once made of. This woman only wants to authenticate the reality of her experience, rather than following the routine of blindly accepting someone's word for it. I understand the emotion, even if I refuse to admit to having any. So far be it from me to tell a widow she can't see her husband. Will this experience further scar her? Probably. I need to give an answer. I mean, if the sedative doesn't get to her, the smell will. What do I know? I'm just a mortician.
And in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Can I see him, like you said?
Mom, please don't do this. Please don't do this to yourself.
Audrey, I was married to your father for almost 30 years. We shared everything because we were always together. He understood me when nobody else would, not even me. We suffered together and we survived together. But he died alone, and I don't think that's right. And that's why I want to see him one more time. Do you understand that?
I'll wait in the car.
I'll prepare him and Sylvia will come get you in this way.
What do you mean she wants to see him?
I don't know, I guess she wants to make sure he's dead or something weird
Morty,
like that.
look at me.
Why?
Just look at me, Morty.
Why?
Because I want to look you in the eyes. Is that so much to ask
Just say
for?
what you want to say and get it over with.
Why won't you look at me?
Because looking at you when you're like this is like staring directly into the sun.
What am I like? What the fuck does that even mean?
It means that I can't stand to look at you when you do nothing but judge me all the time.
Judge you? Did it ever occur to you for 1 second, Morty, that maybe it's because I'm your wife and I'm worried about you, you idiot?
Why? What are you so worried about, Sylvia?
Is that a serious question? I mean, seriously, are you screwing with me right now? Why am I...
Please don't use that word.
What word?
Serious! You use it a lot when you're about to lose your shit.
Oh my god, I do not!
Yes, you do. When you're about to lose your temper, you become more convinced that some sort of prank is afoot, and everyone is in on it. You say, "Are you serious right now?" You just said it twice in successive sentences, which tells me that you're getting angry at twice the normal rate, which tells me that a moral stance is coming.
Technically said seriously the second time, so...
counts.
Morty! Cut your shit and look at me right now. 2 days ago when that Anderson girl came in, I was at the top of the stairs for maybe 30 minutes, and I listened to you having a one-sided conversation with her. I thought that you were on the phone with an old friend. I mean, you were funny and charming and charismatic, philosophical, you sounded like a gracious host. But Morty, if I didn't interrupt you, I mean, you would have been there how long? Hours?
So you're spying?
Morty, no! Please tell me that you see my point here. Something is wrong, Morty. Something is really, really wrong.
She's right, you know.
Shut up.
Don't you tell me to shut up.
Not you.
Not me.
It's okay, hon. He's just talking to the charred remains of the
Stop.
poor bastard under the blanket.
Stop.
Nothing wrong
Is
with
it
this
happening
picture
right
at
now?
all.
Is what happening right now?
Is she always
Are
like
you
this?
talking to Barbecue Jack? Oh my god. That is unsightly.
Tell her I said thank you. So kind of her to say that.
It wasn't a compliment.
Is he still talking, like right now?
Ask her if I can have her picture.
Wait, what?
What is he...
So I can show Santa what I want for Christmas.
What is he saying?
He said he likes your dress.
Lies. Morty, tell her what I said. It sounded so much better coming from me.
Full of shit. Oh my god, though. What is that smell? Is that him?
That would be roasted human viscera. Guess using barbecue Jack here to prove your point didn't go like that.
Honestly, this isn't going anything how I thought it would. You're right on that. That is true. I really thought coming over here would... I thought it would make it go away, but it seems to be following me over here like... What?
It's not
A
that
lot
bad.
worse.
She should stop being so dramatic.
Morty, I'm serious. You can't let her see him like this. I mean it. Please tell me you're not gonna do it.
I'll do it for you.
Do it. For me. What would you do?
I'd see you one last time. Even if you were so badly damaged that you weren't recognizable as human. She said she wants to honor him one last time. Be his witness in death like she was in life. I think there's beauty in that.
That's the nicest thing you've said to me in months. But I really don't know how you spend so much time in here. I really gotta get out. Oh my god. If you do let her see him, you have to take that apron off.
Why?
Because it's not funny.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Come
It's...
on. Don't be such a prude.
I mean, a prude? No. It's in poor taste, and I don't think that the widow here has any tolerance for goofy morticians. Unless you want to get throat punched, which I don't think you do. You need to get help, Morty. Seriously, you need help.
Gotta hate it when they're right like that, you know? They get all smug and mouthy.
Yeah, well, she's right about most everything, so I'm afraid you're going to have to be more specific.
You know.
What? That I'm crazy? Yeah, she's absolutely right about that. I mean, carrying on dialogue with a corpse is certifiably insane. But as long as they don't let it make me vulnerable, I can live with it.
So you'd rather let her think she's the crazy one than admit you're having a psychotic break. That's not selfish at all.
Good thing I don't care what you think.
Suit yourself. But she's right about it getting worse. And I don't think you're prepared for that. In fact, I think you're scared.
You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not scared.
You think you are, but you're not. You're just like those religious types that you mock for preferring to be anesthetized by seductive lies rather than nourished by the truth. You'd rather pretend that something doesn't exist than face it head on.
First of all, don't ever use my own words against me like that. They don't sound good coming from you. Second, I'm not afraid of anything, not sickness, not death, and certainly not some char-grilled corpse lecturing me about
What's going on in here?
I tried to stop her. I really did, but she caught by me. She's a lot more agile for a woman of her age.
How long have you been standing there?
Long enough to know that I was right about you being a fucking weirdo. Oh, get over here. I need help to walk. Oh.
Are you ready?
Does it matter?
I guess not.
Okay, then let's just get this over with. Oh my God, what did you do to yourself, my love? Oh, I love that apron, by the way.
I knew you'd like it.
Yeah. Remember when I asked you what kind of things you hear when you listen?
I do.
Do you hear it?
Hear who?
Jason, my husband.
Oh. Yeah, I suppose we've introduced ourselves.
Oh, well, how do you seem?
I'm not sure what you're asking me.
Does he seem, I don't know, happy?
It's hard to say. Yeah, he does seem happy.
You know, you cheated on me about 10 years ago.
I do not know how to respond to that.
Yeah, some old girl from work. They were in a seminar in Vegas. She was married too. Oh, it was a big mess when it all came out. Her husband divorced her and everything.
How'd you find out?
Jason told me. Yeah, he was just so torn up with guilt, and he just had this tearful confession when I asked him if he remembered to get milk after work. It was like 2 days after that seminar. Couldn't keep it to himself. We had a policy, you know, no secrets. Yeah, he just couldn't keep it from himself without telling me the truth about what he did.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I couldn't help but overhear the conversation that you had with my husband, or whatever that was. That beautiful wife of yours, she doesn't deserve to be kept in the dark because of something that you're trying to keep hidden from her. These last 10 years with Jason were the best because I forgave him, even though it shattered my soul. And I forgave him because he was honest about the betrayal, even though he knew it would devastate me, and that he might even lose me if he didn't tell me the truth. But we moved on. Oh, it wasn't easy, but we did it. I have no regrets. If you want some advice from an older woman, I advise that you tell her the truth. Doesn't matter how painful or difficult it will be. And I can't even promise you that you won't divorce later for some other reason. But I can assure you that it will happen sooner if you don't take that step now. If you really love her, you better tell her before it's too late.
Do you need help walking out?
No, hell no, I can make my way out. Well, I guess I'm done here. Just call me when you get that thing in an urn, okay? Because we want to scatter his ashes over his favorite fishing spot.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, it is. Oh, make up with your wife, Morty. You hear? You like paper.
We are gathered here today to honor the life of our dear Chad. A man of bright smile and quick wit that lived in the days of all who knew him. He was our friend, a husband, a father, an uncle, brother, nephew. Today, we want to remember Chad as he would have us remember him, without sadness or remorse, pain or suffering, but rather with smiles and laughter. Let us pray.
Look at that. Clear blue skies. I figured it was gonna rain on my funeral. Isn't that bad luck or something?
What's that?
Rain at a funeral.
Bad luck for who? You?
Yeah.
I think you're thinking of weddings. Besides, looks like you've had more than your share of bad luck already.
Guess you're right. It's funny, there's fewer people here than I would have guessed.
More people show up for the funeral than they do for the graveside service.
Is that right? That was a funeral?
You're kidding me.
What?
You don't remember the funeral we had for you back at the chapel? The long procession over here?
I thought this was the funeral. You mean there was another service for me already?
This is excruciating.
What?
I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you're late for your own funeral.
Ah, you're shitting me.
Nope.
How was it?
Fine, I guess.
You guess?
Yeah, I'm sure it was fine.
Jesus, what kind of mortician are you?
What? There was music, people cried, the minister said some words, made you look good. More music, more crying. A lot more crying, actually. No different from any of the others I've sat through. After a while, they all just kind of blend together.
I thought you people were supposed to be sympathetic.
My duty is to the living, not to you. Your family will receive the very best service in the industry, because that's what I provide and that's what they're paying me for. I owe them my condolences and sympathy and soft-spoken words. Because that's who this is all for, isn't it? So that the family you're leaving behind can get the closure of seeing you get a proper burial? Because I'm certainly not going to all this trouble for you.
You're right. You're going to all this trouble, and it's because of me. I did this. I didn't even leave them with enough money to pay for any of it. That's my legacy.
Don't be so hard on yourself. We have financing options. In a few short years, the principal will be paid in full, and your family will be free from you and the burden of your legacy.
And then what?
And then we'll move on. That's what you want, right?
No. I want to be alive again. I want to wake up and forget any of this ever happened.
Well, I'm afraid I can't help you with that one. All I have to offer is hindsight.
What do you mean?
Well, maybe none of this would have happened if you hadn't driven your car off the side of a bridge, or called an Uber to get you home that night from the bar. Or maybe you could have had one less drink. Or maybe you could have gotten your drinking under control long before all that. Shall I go on? Because I can do this all day.
Point taken. I just wish I could take it all back, you know? But I can't, right?
Is that a question?
Yes, I mean, maybe there's some way I can go back and I don't know, warn myself before I tried to drive home. Like, you know, time travel.
You're asking me if I know of a way to help you go back in time to save yourself?
Yes! I mean, you know more about death than anyone, right? And here you stand speaking to a dead man, so if there's anyone who would know, it'd be you.
Chad, I'm a mortician, not a sorcerer, okay?
Okay. You know of any?
What, sorcerers? No! I'm not acquainted with any spell-casting monks from the 16th century that I know of. Besides, even if I did know of a way to send you back in time, do you really think that drunk you would listen to dead future you?
I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
So what can I do?
You're doing it, Chad. Any opportunity you had to make different choices to affect a different outcome are gone forever. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you've run out of time.
That's not true. I mean, I can't be. I don't believe it. I'm young, and there's so much more I was supposed to do with my life. It wasn't my time.
Spoken like a man who's under the impression that such decisions are his to make. Let me ask you something, Chad. You didn't get to choose when you came into this world, did you? So what makes you think you get to choose when to leave?
Okay, look. I get it, right? Maybe I'm getting what I deserve. But my son doesn't deserve to lose his father, right? I mean, I wasn't done raising him. He still needs me. I've learned my lesson. And I'm ready to go back now, so can we just stop with the games?
What do I look like, the ghost of Christmas past? I can assure you I'm not. And you don't have enough money to be Ebenezer Scrooge. I can't control this any more than I can control the weather. You're dead, Chad. And judging by the nature of your decision-making as a living person, maybe you're better off that way. And your family, too.
Please don't say that. You asked me earlier about my family. Didn't I want them to move on?
Yeah?
Truth is, that's what scares me the most. That they'll find a way forward without me, that they don't need me, and they never did. Can't you see that? A man is supposed to be there to protect his family and to provide what they need, and now I'm not there anymore. I don't want them to go on without me.
Look, if it's advice you want, I'll give it to you. These concerns you have about your vital role in your family, money, your legacy that you spoke of, they aren't real. The irony of death is that it's the only thing with any substance in the real world. That life was the illusion all along. It takes us all until the very bitter end to realize that every title we held on to in life, like a badge of honor, wasn't even composed of smoke. That all you are now is dead, and every choice you made in life put you on a path that drew you closer to it. The one thing you do learn in my line of work is that man will stop at nothing to convince himself that his life has purpose or meaning, and that it's anything but inconsequential. But that's never been true.
You know, if you're trying to make me feel better, you're doing a pretty shitty job.
Just trying to help.
Well, you're not. In fact, I think I felt better before you started talking. Are you always this nihilistic?
No, on a good day I enjoy being cynical, and if I'm really feeling crazy, I sprinkle in a little hopelessness. The good news is that it was all worth it. The struggle, the meaningless suffering, that despite the unfavorable outcome, the experience was worth the trouble. That the universe has its own agenda, feels nothing, has its own religion. That the moral compass everyone clings to in life is inconsequential because it doesn't really exist in the first place. Nothing but flesh, water, air, and dust. As soon as you accept that, then, well, you're well on your way to redefining yourself in an image that doesn't require you to judge yourself so harshly. So my advice to you is to accept who you are, accept what you've done, and respect what you're capable of. Because in the end, we're all just illegitimate children of a God who are in this for the sport of it and nothing else.
So that's it? We just leave him here now?
I think so.
Why?
Because this is the part he has to do alone, Mrs. Cummings. It's the part we all do alone. I know it's not easy to hear. You're still digesting all of this, but now's the time to go home. Eat something if you can, and begin the healing process in earnest. Let us take care of Chad now, and we'll call you when his memorial is ready.
It's just not right. He can't be dead.
Allow me to walk you to your car.
you.